way. I don't have a lot of patients do that. I have a couple guys that do it and 1 or 2 girls. That's it. It's a lot of body weight going to the shoulders. But you can do it for your own personal workouts. That's part of my routine that I do. So my workout, and I'll cover that at the end. Just remind me my workout at the end. So what we got next? Dips.
Push-ups.
Go ahead, again.
Are you able to face the other way with the dips? Or would your elbows head?
You could do it this way too.
Do some L-sits.
Yeah, I'm saying else, yeah, with the opposed to ball out in front or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that. You gotcha. So, so push-ups is pretty. We kind of covered this a little bit with the tricep, but we just saw a couple docs doing it. If they're in good shape, they can come down with a good plank position this way, or we were doing earlier, where it's just a hip hinge. And we're just going to be doing a little bit of motion like this, keeping the wrist straight in a neutral position. Okay. A lot of times they want to put their hands like this. I think there's one on there. Is there a wrist thing on there?
I don't see one.
Okay, so I need to add that on there.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. What if somebody has some wrist issues?
Okay.
How do you adjust that?
So you adjust them, right? Do some
Yep.
vibration through them,
Yep.
motion. Okay. So for wrist, they're just going to put some weight through. You want to keep a neutral. So who's got any kind of wrist issues? Anybody?
I have a weak wrist.
Come on over. That's pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to grab the wrist straight up. So docs, make sure you come and check this. So that the wrist is in a neutral position, straight there. The back of the hand is straight. Okay? And you're just going to put some weight into your hands. Okay? You can give me a little bit of bend here. And you're going to squeeze hard as you can, and then relax.
Just for a couple seconds, please.
Yeah, we're gonna do one set, 30 seconds, but on and off as hard as you can go, and then relax, and then again, hard as you can squeeze. So it keeps everything in a neutral position here. How's it feel there? It feel good? Yeah. Yeah. So after you adjust them, you have them come do a couple sets here. You can also do it on the regular power plate with the handles if you have them. Yeah, if the posture rack's being busy, then you can just grab the handles, and it's just a straight load. Let's go this way like this. So just a straight direction this way like this on the posture plate. I mean on the power plate. So I like it there because you get a lot of vibration, and if they're weak, they may have some instability here where I know the posture rack's not going anywhere. So okay. All right, so let's go. We did dips. Okay, so we did push-ups. So let's go to, I think is chin-ups on that list at all?
I think chin-ups is the top.
Wasn't that one of them that didn't come
Yeah.
up? Or no?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, it's coming. Okay, so that's fine. So chin-ups, you can go from chin rehab, like we talked about. These videos are on there, Garrett, to chin-ups. So I always like to use the block, and you can start. This is gonna be a dynamic motion. So let's say we go from about there. So if they can't do a chin-up, they can just do like the chin rehab like we were talking about. And you can do different kinds of chin-ups. You can do L hangs this way, or whatever you're going to do. So,
I know.
most people can't do a chin-up. Most guys can't do a chin-up, or if they can do maybe one or two. and
I'll just go around. Okay.
so, but so chin-ups are a phenomenal exercise. Phenomenal exercise. So let's take it down one notch and we'll go to a static. I brought you a new roller too. Great. So, and it's just, oh, you know what? Shoot. You got the longer one. Do you have a longer roller? You got a longer one. Let me just see if this is gonna. No, it's not. All right. So what we're doing, we're locking our body in place here. So this is going to be one of the warm-ups for the biodensity machine. All right. So static position here. You're going to pull down like a chin-up, and your legs are going to come up this way. Okay. So we're going to have you guys try. This is part of the warm-up now.
That'll make much more sense to the patient, I think. Than
Yeah.
what we've been trying to get them to do on the plane.
And what I might do, we switch these out. These are, I have mine on the inside, but I have a couple bigger guys that you can just switch them so that this handle would go then on this side to swap them around. Just Allen wrench. So, but I have some bigger patients that on the inside they get jammed up. So you'll just have that extra roll for something else. So, all right. So we're gonna have so there's docs. You come up here and you're gonna set people through here on this.
All right. Who wants to come up?
Yeah, you're all gonna go through this. So this is the biodensity warm up now. So yeah, you're gonna try and keep this in a pretty neutral. So on this move here, I actually have them hang on to the bar. I'm gonna loosen it down, pull it down so their arms are parallel to the floor. Okay, that's that. And then here, that's a pretty good position. If they have shorter legs, I'll get them to actually put a small block underneath their feet. Okay. And you're going to keep the head neutral like this.
Bring the legs up as I'm still.
You got that right.
Oh yeah, that made more sense for the patients. They'll get an idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great warm-up. So it's really just one, you're only going to do one set of this
Okay.
for the warm-up over there. If someone's doing an exercise program another day during the week where they're not doing bio, like if they're doing like a Monday, Thursday, they're twice a week with you, and they can add this on that particular day, if depending what your regime is, what your routine is with them. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to have you sit up. So docs, come and run everyone through here.
Just let you run. There you go.
She knew.
Well, and this whole thing will raise up too once it starts.
Yeah.
Once you hear it, so you may, it'll probably do better.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
But these are still good. You know, these are still, this is fun. All right, so a couple things here. A couple things. So when you're doing this exercise here, she's got disc issues. She's going to flare up her disc. She's got a lot of this going on. Okay. So I want you to keep your shoulders neutral. So just pull the bar down. Don't bring your shoulders up. Feel a difference there? Okay. Now, one of the things with the biodensity with the core pull, you want to have them engage their legs first. A lot of people, when they start going, they engage and then their legs go down. They lose that angle. So I want you to engage your legs first. Bring your knees up. Good. Now bring those arms down. Give me a full grip there first. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Go ahead. Doesn't that feel different?
Yes.
Yeah, it should feel complete. It's a different exercise. So that's what you want to check for. Make sure they're not recruiting traps this way. It's just pulling the bar down this way, not this way. Okay? So keep going. No, you're on set there, so run through. But that's a common thing that we see.
Oh, Chrissy. Thanks.
Ready?
It's your thumbs.
Engage your legs first.
Not so much shoulders.
Shoulder down. Pull more down.
There you go. Get those legs up first. Engage. There you go. Great.
Actually, pull up at the top, turn your head left and right there.
Turn my head left and right?
Yep, turn your head left and right. That'll drop your shoulders down a little bit more. She's pulling off.
You're just trying to pull the bar down to your chest.
I know. It's when I lift my knees up, I automatically shrug my shoulders.
So this is a good training tool to have them do the exercise right over here. So keep going, everyone. I want everyone to go through this. Okay. Dan, come on.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Once again, going back to that 400 pound man. 550 is the weight limit on a power plate, 550 pounds is the weight limit?
Somewhere right around 500 or so, yeah. He gets on the plate okay?
Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, well, it actually.
So you have a Pro 5 Air with.
Yeah, correct. Set on the 3 and let it.
Yeah, so that's the only machine you should be able to.
Actually, he's going on it before it starts up. I should have him get it raised up first and then let him step up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
But if he's actually doing a 1,300 pound pull over there, and then they go ahead and put him on this, that probably would be a good thing for him to do on that machine.
Why?
I'm just thinking if he's generating 1,300 pounds of pressure doing that, and then he weighs 400 pounds, 1,700 pounds going through the base.
Actually, he's not, because he's actually standing. The platform is actually part of the framework.
Okay.
So he's not putting any additional stress on
Nice. Okay.
on the power
It's
plate.
all
There's no
going
stress
through.
at all on the power plate.
Okay.
Whether he pulls 10,000 pounds, it's all the stress is on the frame.
Cool.
So, okay.
I love you guys.
We love you too, Dick.
Alright, so straight head there for me. So this is no different than when you're setting them up on the new system now for biodensity. So just to the bottom of the fingertips. Okay, and you have your yoga block here. Alright, so Teddy, get a position there first. Okay, so you're going to reach down, grab the bars there for me. Okay, so give me a little bit more. There you go. So one thing you'll notice now in this position versus the old bar that we had. In fact, let me just grab the hand for 1 second. That bar.
The old bars are the same.
Okay. So when we have the old bar, the weight is in front of the pelvis. So now what we're doing now is we're moving that load 3 inches posterior, 3 to 4 inches, depending on the size of the patient and what's happening. So that's a big deal. Biomechanically. All right. So get your heel.
That'd be more quad then and less hamstring then.
Well, it's just a better load. I mean, it just puts you in a better alignment, so you can really recruit from the posterior chain. All right. So right there, like that. You can stand up slowly for me. Good. How does it feel there? Pretty solid. Okay. So I want you to go full out. I just want you to give me about 50% pressure once this thing kicks in. So slowly stand up for me. Good. You want to hold it for at least 5 seconds there. Good. And relax. Again.
So you're not pulling as hard as you can?
No, not initially. So this is a great training tool before you put them on biodensity. Because a lot of times they get on biodensity, that's the first time they ever really recruited that much force. So this is a great, that's why this is a great warm-up training tool before you get over there. Okay? How'd it feel? Okay.
How tough is it to switch the bars back and forth from going from the new grip to the old, or you can't do it? Or
You can't do it. It's just a, call it wheelbarrow grip now.
I'm saying over on the biodensity. Can you switch that in and out like?
No.
No.
So it's a handle grip now. So they're actually going to be changing the machine. So I was telling Dr. Brenda earlier that the biodensity now has our system on their corporate machine.
Okay.
So eventually they're going to be switching over. So I want everyone, so let's do the docs first, just so you get an idea what this feels like.
Yeah. Oh.
And what we do on this docs is, well, we actually have 3 marks on here. We just take a Sharpie, mark it on the side. For as you start to get a lot of females that go through here, you'll get 3 or 4 different levels where you're really not going to be. So we say, okay, Betty, you're the bottom of the second one, whatever it is. So they just come in, they set it up themselves.
Okay.
That way you don't have to come and measure. Okay. All right. So let me see.
Poor
Stand
guy.
up first. Let me just down. That's pretty good. Okay. So reach down. Okay. That's good. Thumbs there. Get your thumb there to go. Great. So how much do you do on the vertical level?
I don't remember what that meant.
Like 400 or 500?
That's probably around.
Oh yeah, I would say he's okay.
Ooh.
So well, actually, I want you to go about 50% effort then. Okay. Just hold it for that whole 30 seconds.
No.
So this is great. This is what the vertical lift should look like on biodensity. You don't see any movement of his body. It's all those slats out. He's in great form here. So if you have an idea what they're generating over there, if they've been through it already, so that's a couple 100 pounds of force through the entire skeletal system under vibration now. Upper body, lower body, everything. Now just take a walk and see what that feels like now. Just after doing that one exercise. Just take a walk from it without tripping.
Yeah.
It should feel pretty supportive and
Yeah, you feel it all over, rather than doing something that they're isolated.
oh yeah, absolutely. It's a
Legs,
full body
arms,
move.
Yeah.
Okay. Come back. Let's have you stand up nice and tall there for me. It's probably going to be pretty.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let me just move that a little bit more. It won't be the first time you'll do that.
Yeah.
No.
Tell me to see what that feels like. So stand up nice and tall. Let me just double check that. Okay, arms down by your side. Let your fingers go. Well, that's going to be pretty good. Okay, good.
Might keep you a little bit closer. So
You can put it whatever you feel comfortable with.
yeah, I like the
That's
more
right.
vertical shit.
All right, so get a good position there. Doc's a strong guy. How much you do in your vertical lift?
I think 600 pounds.
All right, so just give me half of that, okay? Give me a little bit more shoulder blade back. Head that nice and tall. They did like that, great. That looks awesome, man. Oh, this is
Phenomenal.
yeah.
The basketball team is just a bunch of 8th graders right now.
Yeah.
Seniors and stuff like that too.
Yeah. You want to give me a Sharpie? This is a pretty good measurement for. We'll just go there first. We'll just do one side, and then you can make sure it's level across the other one. Okay.
So you determine the hand position based off of my arms?
Yeah, so that's a pretty good. You have 3 guys go through so far. We haven't changed it yet, so that's a pretty good position there. And then you'll see if you have a lot of. You might have a couple marks on there. We have 3, So you might have 4, 3 or 4.
Okay.
So come up there for me. Alright, so stand nice and tall there for me, see where we are. Watch. I'm gonna leave that right there for her. And some people like it, if they have hip issues or whatever, they might like the wider block. It's spread wider or this way, okay. That looks good there. Great, give me a little bit of load up for me. Good. Good, how does that feel there?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so for your docs, after you've been adjusting all day, this is a great thing to do before you go home. Just fires your spine back up again. Vertical hang. So a couple of things. You want to take care of yourself, right? Vertical hang, vertical lift. You're good to go at the door again. Literally, it's a minute before you go home. Okay. Let's see what we got going here. It's nice and tall there for me. So let me kind of raise it. Let's just keep there for now. For that one. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's good there. Good.
I felt more anterior
How's
chin.
it feel there? Okay.
I felt more in my anterior chin.
Did you?
So I felt more in my quads when I do that. I don't know if they're my quads stretch it off.
Huh.
Full grip there, full grip. There you go. Great. Good.
I think it's too short, actually.
All right, so docs, you can run the other people through now. We'll see what kind of settings we get.
If you want to practice together, I'll let you.
All right, so even at 6'2", his head still hits this. So you're probably going to have a guy we have a guy 6'5", he still fits on here. You know, so, but if you don't remember with the old seat, their head basically is in space.
Right.
Okay? So now when we're doing a chest press, I'm not going to teach you how to do the chest press because you should know how to do that, but I'm going to run through it. The key thing with this chair though is now we can start to stabilize the posterior extension muscles of the upper back and the neck area. So let's just say that, so go ahead and grab the bar there for me. And you're going to have to probably change the settings because now he's going to be, 5 inches closer. So most of our patients do the chest press at usually 5 and 6 is the normal. So we'll just see what you have here. Let's see. Go ahead and let me see. That's going to be too far. So we probably 5.
The calibrating will still be done at the same.
Yeah, you still calibrate on 6.
Yes,
You
okay.
still calibrate at 6. How does that feel there? That feels pretty good? Okay. So what you want to make sure with this though is their head's nice and straight.
Okay.
Just like when they're doing a posterior wall, if you guys have them do that. So you're going to push your head back into the chair, chin tuck in. Okay? So push back like don't let me, there you go. So he's pushing back. So one of the things that I like to give an example of, so Dr. Brenda, come over here for a second. If Dr. Brenda's going to come at me and tackle me, I just can't be here like this and try to push away with my chest like this. I have to brace for her, and that's what I want you to think about here. You're bracing, and then you're going to recruit. So it's a whole different mindset than just I'm gonna do a push. I have no strength. There's no support there. So heads back, shoulders are being kind of like I tell patients, the bar's going to crush them. So you've got to stabilize everything back first, and then push away. So go ahead and try that. Back first. There you go. So let's go. I'll put you in test mode here. So everyone knows you can just do it to test me, right? It's
Yeah.
okay. All right. So let's just see, for example, here.
Everyone's watching.
All right, so let's just see what that, go ahead and see what that feels like there.
Just give it a test.
Yeah, just give it a pretty decent push though. How's it feel there? Should feel pretty solid? Okay. So we had a guy, and here's what this allows you to do, is you might have someone that might need, oh, they got these blocks down here. So we had a guy that started with a 3-inch block behind his head, because his head was so far forward. He could only recruit back to a 3-inch block. Now we have him at a 1-inch block. And he's able, so we're almost, now we're going to switch it off. We're pretty close to switching it to a cushion. Okay? So just give me another press there again. Give me a pretty decent one this time.
Go, push.
Come on, Dr. Renner!
Harder, go.
Oh!
Good? How'd that feel?
Good.
I don't know, where is that normally to where you...
Yeah, he's
I haven't been on in a while, actually.
He's
Okay.
a
So
beast.
What's that? I'm sorry?
He's a beast.
Yeah, okay. Didn't that feel pretty good? All right. So I'm going to have the docs just set up, everyone just run through this chest for me.
Okay.
You ever put any kids on this by chance? That like national competitive gymnasts and so forth?
As long as they can fit in the chair. The youngest of that on here is 12.
Okay.
So, but she was
I have a girl that's,
she was like 5 foot. She was a gymnast,
That's okay.
competitive dancer. She was like 5'5", 5'4". But I have some other ladies that are 5 foot in on here. So some they can. Now it's easier with this bigger chair. They can fit on here.
Yeah, she's only 4'11".
Yeah, you should be able to get. A quarter. The whole difference is between a seat position is 1.25 inches. Well, you know, if you have someone on position 5, it might be too close. Position 6 might be too far. Well, now you can build up on either side. These are 1/4 inch slats. There's enough for 1 inch on either side, so you can get the distance within 1/4 inch. Okay, so on your recording mechanism, so it'll be seat position 5 and 2 lifts, or 5 and 2 on the right side if they got a short right leg, or whatever the situation is. Okay? So this allows you now to compensate for short legs and pelvic if they've got pelvic instabilities or whatever it is. Okay? All right, so let's start the sequence again. So Dr. Brenner, come on, I'll get you set up here and we'll... So one of the things about the leg press, and Dr. Gare brings it up with a guy that's super strong, you know, the whole thing about, you know, trying to generate, you know, thousands of pounds of force, you have to look at the risk benefit. So the goal is to get benefit here and really decrease the amount of risk. Doesn't mean that stuff's not going to happen, but you want to try and minimize it. So, and we want to try and get a pretty neutral position so that they're not going to get into a position where they might just snap into hyperextension. So that's why I'd rather have them in a more conservative position. That's what the little shins do for us. So let's see where we are first. Okay. So I'm going to move you back one. Take your feet off there for a second. Back to forth, try that again. All right. So now, and just give me just let me just move this threshold a little bit. Hang on a second. Okay. So give me just a little push first for me.
Okay.
And you see I got some different straps here too. So TheraBands are great. These are just a little bit lower. Okay? Let's see what that feels like. Okay, so just relax. Just relax.
Go.
Okay. So now I'm going to show you how that feels. That felt pretty good? All right. So we're just going to change the position just a little bit here.
Dr. Camisa, is it okay to put that belt across her legs, or she won't slide up now with the new seat?
Yeah. You can put your
Seatbelt, huh?
yeah, I'm just going to show you. Okay. me that same push again for me. Good. Okay, now just relax for a second. That's a better position. Feels a little bit more stable there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even that 1/4 inch gives her a little bit more conservative. You know, she might be able to at some point generate a lot of force. What was your number? Like 16? Was that yours?
Yeah,
1600?
first one, yeah.
Okay. So you really want to watch how much force you're creating, and the cushion here, just if someone's got a sensitive lower back, this just makes it that much more comfortable. So how does that feel right now, just with that positioning?
Good.
That feels. So again, you want to try and have as much as you can on the seat back itself.
And I didn't do that. I should
Right.
pull it a little bit. Yep.
So let's see what that looks like there. Good job. I don't watch the screen, I watch them. I watch the knees. That's my big concern, is making sure that they're not going to hyperextend. So they're going to stop when it turns red. They're not going to go longer. So just making sure that this is in a comfortable position there.
Okay.
Does that feel pretty good?
Yeah, feel
Great.
good. Yeah. Much more comfortable than the
Yeah.
last time. The other
Yeah.
side.
Okay, so let's just go through this.
Right, so go ahead and set your feet up there. Short legs.
Hey. Hey
Your
now.
sisters are shorter.
Yeah, it's true.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so you don't have to leave these on if you don't want to, or
Okay. Let's try them down first.
yeah. And then you would just record whatever you're recording there.
Thanks. How's that feel? Okay.
And the key thing too, when they're getting into it, you don't want to have them go from 0 to explode into it. Just like we're doing a vertical lift, it's a slow loading of the tissue, and then you get into it. Okay.
Remember that?
Keep everything on the-
Posterior first. Okay. Let's see.
Go, Kelsey. Keep going. Push harder.
Good, that looks good.
Yeah. How'd that feel?
Oh, good. I like the seat.
Yeah.
It's a definite improvement. So. Alright.
How was that compared to normal?
Oh, I thought that was her breathing.
Yeah, I had a
No,
lot
not
of
the chair.
Depending on the size of the person. Okay? So there's a little bit of so that's going to be, so we're just going to go here first. So I like it out one more. So that's going to be pretty good. So the positioning is thighs up against the mid bar here, hands at the side, and then they're going to be in this position. And so as they start to take the slack up, that's what we're going to start to see. Okay? So it should be a nice and slow progression. You tighten those, Greg, on the bottom?
Which ones? Yes.
Okay, good.
Oops.
All right. Since you're here, let's get you here.
Exactly.
Obviously, there's no setting change for this other than the angle change here. So let's do it. Usually it takes about, on a guy, between 200 and 250 pounds of pressure or force to take all the slack out of his body. So we'll go to 400 here. All right, so let's see where that's going to be pretty good there. All right, so let's get that. Good position now, good. And slowly, so just give me a little bit, slowly generate. And just slowly keep going. Yeah. So what happens is that the grip is always the weak link in the chain. So I had a patient say, well, why can't I put straps on here? Because now you're creating more force. It's like the leg press. You're creating more force through your system that it can handle. So there's no straps on here. So as the grip gets stronger, you can hang on longer. Okay? So how'd that feel?
Pretty good. I wish I went a little bit sooner. I think I could have pulled more.
Yeah. So one of the things you want to make sure is there's a grip reflex that gets stimulated. Shoulders are back and down, and really you're trying to grip on as hard as you can, and then get into it. Okay?
Do you use gloves at your office, Dr. Gary?
No, I don't.
Yeah, do you-
I have a couple.
No,
I have a couple. Oh,
Yeah,
Dr. Gary, I'm sorry.
Some of our patients, we have the fingerless like weightlifting gloves, and it really helps them to.
We have
helps them
two.
to get
Yeah,
that
we have
grip a
two
little
pairs
more.
up here that they use. I used to use gloves, and then you don't use gloves, and then it would be like, whatever.
I do have some people that put some chalk on now.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
you got
that's a
chalk.
good idea.
That's going to be messy though.
And it does get messy.
So one of the things we just did is that. Do you have any TheraBand?
I do.
Here. So what we did is if you take a piece of TheraBand, and so we just took some electrical tape, put it on there. I just feel what that feels like now. So it's got a little tackiness to it, but it's TheraBand, so it degenerates over, it decomposes. So
Let's test this theory out.
oh, it works. Trust me.
You have to reset.
I'm just gonna pull on it. No big deal.
Yeah, that's great. You know, to your grip there, you're doing better.
I did that before. I do like that.
Yeah.
That's better. Much cleaner than chalk.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to buy some TheraBands now.
Yeah. So okay, so let's have everyone go through there now. I'll watch through the first couple here.
Yeah.
I like that far better than the other one. That's awesome.
She's pulling already. Yeah.
Push those feet harder, harder, harder. Dig your toes in. Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, good job. How'd that feel?
You change
Good.
it in from 37.
Yeah.
Can I try again?
Well, just when the threshold kicked in.
And this looks good for the waist.
Yeah, so if you have some females, they're maybe skinny, but they got wider hips, the bar's perfect for that.
Do we need the block still?
The pear shape. Thank you. Yeah. I couldn't remember what fruit it was.
What kind of fruit?
Sour. Hold on, please. Pretty sure look like chest out.
Go, go, go.
There she
Keep
goes.
going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
There she goes. Mm-hmm.
Good, that was nice and solid. I was just looking for, like I like to call it, the shake and bake when you see the posterior glutes and the lumbar spine moving around like that. They're at their threshold and they're trying to stabilize. So that's when you would want to actually have them maybe do that a couple times, maybe a couple weeks before they get back on here again, just to get that recruitment so they're stabilized here, or you can back it down a little bit. Because, yeah, so when you're in that shake zone, they're past their stability threshold. So and that's when, your position is just a little bit, so you want to be nice and solid, just like the leg press. It's all about being stable, solid, and yeah, you're putting a lot of effort out. So what's the difference? Maybe, 85% versus 92%. There's still a lot of load going through there. Okay? All right?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good.
Got it. Good.
Much better.
That's good. That's good.
Somebody just
Oh,
go.
boy.
There's two bathrooms.
Two out in the hall.
Two bathrooms up the
Oh.
hallway. Yeah.
So you can use them when I have the shins. Put your hands down. Is that comfortable for you? Put your arms straight out like this. Good. Better?
I don't think 200 is very good threshold. You should probably lower it.
No.
come on.
I don't want
No,
to.
No, you're fine.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
Back handspring.
Prove yourself wrong.
Requires 300.
Go. Go. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Pull. Right there.
I don't do well when people cheer me on. I'm nervous.
You did really well in pull off it.
For what?
You did very well in pull off it. All the balloon and stuff.
Every time we're doing Be Strong, all those,
As long as you-
it's just start laughing.
I'm doing it's all over.
Yeah, that's like true. Even I'm so off the
Kelsey, she does it, I must not laugh.
Yeah, the faces that you make, you're like,
You know,
I'm like
trying to hit
real.
me.
You're in
I
it.
get intense, you know.
Yeah.
Into it. It's true.
so she can't look at me or else we'll laugh and then I'll just mess it up.
And then you'll do horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Football game.
the worst is when they're horrible and you're laughing.
Yeah,
Or like
we're
me and
trying to
Amber
play-
is
yeah,
in
trying to
ab
play
at the
those
gym,
big
and so we're doing this ab work and we're both cracking up laughing and so
Because
while
I
you are
can do
ab
it
work.
as well.
And it's like, oh, don't make me laugh, it hurts. Keep going,
Really,
keep
it
going.
made it burn more when you're laughing and doing it.
Yeah, when you used to go on the under.
Yeah, yeah.
Want to try the TheraBand?
Yeah, I'd probably try the TheraBand next time I do it.
Couldn't hang on. Like-
Eat some chalk
Yeah.
for TheraBand.
You start losing your grip when you get towards the end of it.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
I mean,
You want
mine's
this
in
in there,
there.
you're good. In between your knees, you're good.
There I am.
So just left it.
Pull it out so you can see where you're. Okay.
All right, 800 pounds.
No, I think more.
Do you want the block?
Do you still have that aspirin? We can,
Oh.
got enough foot.
Oh. Yeah. We do.
Feel a little different.
Yeah, that's a lot different than
Then this
than
way.
underneath.
Yeah.
Oh,
have a
okay.
look.
What's going on in there?